www.attableek.com, the reviver of Iman.
Respected elders, brothers, friends, ladies, first of all, mashallah, many of you are over here. Jazakallah for coming down. Mufti Sajjad Sahab has worked really hard to get you all over here. May Allah make the program beneficial. May Allah give us tawfiq to learn, understand, put into practice. May Allah protect our deen, our iman, and the iman of our children until the day of Qiyamah. These types of programs are extremely necessary. It is for this reason that we have in our kutub of hadith Kitabul Fitan wa Ashratus Sa'ah. क्यों जी मौलाना यासिर साहब हैं जी? इसीलिए होते हैं ना ये अबवाब कि तलबा सीखें कि भाई फितने कैसे होते हैं और क़यामत की निशानियां क्या क्या हैं, और उसके लिए किताबें लिखी गई हैं. देखो ये किताब मेरे पास है, मैं लाया हूं अल-इशाअह ले अशरातिस साअह, बड़ी अच्छी किताब है. और ये किताब है इमाम मेहदी शख्सियत, बहुत डिटेल के साथ, इतनी मोटी किताब है सिर्फ इमाम मेहदी के बारे में और क़यामत की कुछ निशानियां इसमें हैं. और ये जिसका शेख यासिर ने हवाला दिया था अत-तस्रीह बिमा तवातर फी नुज़ूलिल मसीह, हज़रत अल्लामा अनवर शाह कश्मीरी रहमतुल्लाह अलैहि, सब हदीसें इसके अंदर जमा कर दी हैं, जिसको पढ़ना हो देखे. और ये बहुत अच्छी किताब है मुफ्ती अबू लुबाबा साहब की दज्जाल, ये 3 जिल्द में है. इसमें सब फोटो वोटो भी दिए हैं. आखिर में हदीस में वो आता है ना, अखबिरूनी अन नख्ल बैसान और आइन ज़ुगर और बुहैरा तबरिया, सब इसमें फोटो भी वो वहां से लेकर के आए हैं. ये देखो, ये वो जो हदीस शरीफ में नख्ल बैसान है और बुहैरा तबरिया है, ये बुहैरा तबरिया है, ये नख्ल बैसान है. ये कहाँ है? एक जॉर्डन में है, इसराइल में है, डेड सी के पास. आइन ज़ुगर इज नियर डेड सी and Buhaira Tabriya is under the Israeli control, and the Nakhle Baisan, the Khajuristan, the orchard of palm trees of Baisan, named Baisan, is under the control of Israel. This is mentioned in Hadith, and what Prophet ﷺ mentioned is happening over there now. He said that Buhaira Tabariya will dry out, and slowly the water is receding, is drying out. And the Nakhle Baisan will no longer produce fruit, and that's happening. The fruits are reducing. And the final sign, he said, was that Ain Zughar will dry out. The fountains of Zughar, the area named Zughar, that will also dry out. That is also going to happen lastly before Dajjal approaches. So Mufti Sahab has mentioned many good things over here. We should buy these books, study and learn from them. May Allah give us tawfiq to do so. Respected elders, brothers, friends, ladies, today's topic is about signs of Qiyamah. Why do we have to study signs of Qiyamah? What is Qiyamah? Well, to understand that, we have to understand another thing first. That this world is not forever. It's not eternal. It's not going to keep on going like this, on and on and on and on and on, with no end to it. It does have an end. There's a time limit where it's going to come, and the time is going to finish. When Israfil alayhi salam blows the trumpet, then that day is called Al-Yawmul Akhir. Al-Yawmul Akhir means the last and final day. The trumpet will be blown on Friday, and that will be the last day of this dunya. There will be no Saturday after it, no Sunday, Monday, Tuesday after it. The trumpet is blown, the world will perish, that will be the last day. And everything, all creations will die. Kullu shay'in halikun illa wajha. Kullu man alayha fan. وَيَبْقَى وَجْهُ رَبِّكَ ذُو الْجَلَالِ وَالْإِكْرَامِ فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. So everything will be annihilated, and then after some time, when Allah wills, Allah will bring everybody back to life, resurrect them in Maidan Hashar, take an account, and reward those who did good, and those who did bad will have to suffer the consequences of their actions. They will be punished. So, Day of Judgment, Yawmul Qiyamah, is coming. So, the world will end. And before the world ends, there are certain events that will happen. The Qiyamah, a trumpet will be not blown just like that. Dajjal will not come out just like that. Isa alayhi salam will not come down just like that. Yajuj Majuj will not emerge just like that. Some things will happen before it. Slowly, the world will progress in such a manner that the world will want Dajjal to come out. They will ask for him, come on Mr. Dajjal, come out, we need you. There will be certain group of people who will be longing for him. And then Dajjal will emerge. This is why we have this hadith of Hazrat Huzaifa radiallahu anhu, that they were sitting in Masjid of Kufa. And someone came and, he said, Dajjal is here, Dajjal is here. So Huzaifa radiallahu anhu said, sit down. And he said, if Dajjal was to come out today, then these kids would go and beat him up. Because their iman is strong, they know who Dajjal is, they know the sign, they are practicing. That this is not the right time for Dajjal. Dajjal will only come out when the time is right for him. So, the events will take, turn. And then when it's the right time, then he will come out. So, what is that right time? Well, our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned some things that slowly, things will go on decline, and then the time will be right for him to emerge, and he will come out. He mentioned signs. Now, ulama delved into the books of hadith, studied those signs, and categorized them into 3 categories. The furthest signs, the middle signs, the closest signs. The furthest one, for example, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "U'dud sittan bayna yaday as-sa'ah." Count 6 signs before Qiyamah comes. Mauti, my death. He said in another place, "Bu'ithtu ana was-sa'atu kahatayn." I and Qiyamah were sent like this. There is no third finger between these 2 fingers. The index finger and the middle finger, they are both joined, connected. So I am also connected to Qiyamah. There is no prophet now between me and Qiyamah. And this means Qiyamah is close. Allah had destined that Qiyamah will not come until Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam arrived in this dunya. And this dunya will not have as long life as it has had before his coming. If you go back into history before Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came, how long? I don't know, before, up to Adam alayhi salam, maybe 6,000-7,000 years. And before Adam alayhi salam, the scientists will say million, billion, trillion, zillion, dinosaurs, trinosaurs, dinosaurs, I don't know what, where they get all that from. When Bilal Sahib was asked, is these dinosaurs true? And he said, we don't know. Even if it was true, then where has all the dinosaurs gone? They were jinnat ki murgi. Jinnat ate all the dinosaurs. So there's no chickens, there's no dinosaurs left. So they find some haddis, bones here and there. Even if there were dinosaurs. Allah knows best. We don't deny it, we don't accept it. Allah knows best. But the dunya has had a long life in history. Before Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah knows how long, because before Adam alayhi salam was created, jinnat used to live on this earth, and they lived for a long time. Allah knows how long they stayed. Then they were driven away, and Adam alayhi salam was brought. So, now that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has come, the world is not going to be that long. This is why he said, Mauti, my death. And then he said, Fathu Baytul Maqdis. Baytul Maqdis will be conquered. It will come under the hands of Muslims. Even though at that time, it was really hard to understand how this will happen. Because the Byzantine Empire was extremely strong. And they were on a buzz. They had just defeated the Persian Empire. So how this is going to happen? But he prophesied. And within a few years, during the time of Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu, it happened. And then he mentioned some other signs. So these types of signs are the ones which happen, which have taken place during either the era of the Prophet ﷺ, after him, during the era of Sahaba, Khulafai Rashideen, some things mentioned. Then middle signs. medium signs. These are signs which will take place on the earth among the communities, societies. For example, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned the Mongolians, the Tataris. He mentioned their signs. لا تقوم الساعة حتى تقاتلوا قوما صغار الأعين ذلف الأنوف كأن وجوههم المجان المطرقة نعالهم الشعر. The people, they will have small eyes and flat noses and bloated cheeks and long hair, and their slippers and sandals will be made of hair as well. This description fit on the Tataris, the Mongolians. And this is why when they came and they went on a killing spree, many ulama were scared at that time, and they thought that Yajuj Majuj are here. Some ulama at that time wrote that these people are Yajuj Majuj, because they're killing each and every one, and they moved at an alarming speed at that time, and they conquered the whole area from Mongolia to Iran to Iraq, and then they ended up in Syria and Egypt, and that's where in Syria the brakes were put on them. So they were, and Genghis Khan himself killed 1,800,000 people at that time, without any bombs or anything, just with tir, talwar and fire. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam prophesied that these people will come. So these types of signs which will take place on the earth among the communities, fitnas, wars, battles, he mentioned many of these. He also mentioned in the hadith of Jibreel 2 signs: wealth becoming abundant and disobedience of children. These signs. Now you will say, we get disobedient children now, wealth, lots. Hafiz ibn Hajar Asqalani rahmatullah alayhi said that disobedience of children will be widespread. Each and every child will be disobedient. So little bit of disobedience here and there, that's not what is meant. A sign of Qiyamah is that every person will be disobedient to their parents, abusing, insulting. And this is what we see today. And it's spreading like wildfire. No obedience. No, don't talk about Muslim community. Look at non-Muslim communities. What's happening in their homes. And then look at Muslim communities. What's happening in our homes. And this is propagated through the films and the movies and the cartoons and क्या है उस cartoon का नाम जो आता है ना Simpson. Bart Simpson is always shouting and screaming at his mom and dad and abusing them. And when kids see that cartoon, Simpson behaving in that manner, oh, you are stupid, well, how are you going to help me with my homework? You don't know anything about maths. I know everything. I don't need your help. Now when a kid looks at that, how is he going to behave with his own parents? So these types of, messages are drummed, and this is what is meant. These are the medium signs. And then we have the signs which are closer to the day of Qiyamah. And those are the signs which will affect the heavens and the earth. आसमान जमीन दोनों के ऊपर वो हालात तारी आएंगे, सिर्फ इंसानों पर नहीं. और उसमें, and those signs are mentioned like तुलू शम्स मिनल मगरिब and नुज़ूल ईसा अला नबीना व अलैहि सलाम, खुरूजु याजूज व माजूज, and Dajjal and Dabbatul Ard, the earth splitting up and an animal coming out and then going around, and whatever it's told to do, it will do that work. And then khasfun. Khasf means swallowing of the earth. The earth will split up, and it won't swallow 1-2 individuals or one house like sometimes happens in earthquakes. A whole army, huge army of thousands will be swallowed by the earth. And one of these khusuf will be in east, the other in the west, and the third in Jaziratul Arab. So these are major signs which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned. So 3 types of signs: the furthest from Qiyamah and closest to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's era, the medium signs, and the closest to Qiyamah, the last day signs. Now, when something comes in Quran and Hadith, we have to believe in it. Now, by having these types of programs, we are taught, we are educated. This is what Quran says, this is what Hadith Sharif says. So the benefit of these programs is that the level of our iman increases. And when we see that our Prophet ﷺ prophesied this, and it's exactly how it happened, our iman increases, our confidence increases. So we have to have these types of programs in order to increase the confidence among our society and community. Ilm, knowledge increases. قُلْ هَلْ يَسْتَوِي الَّذِينَ يَعْلَمُونَ وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. We have to know these types of things. Thirdly, when we know the signs of Qiyamah, and when we see something, what should happen? Our ibadat and ita'at and our a'mal should increase. Look at the Prophet ﷺ. Once during his era there was eclipse, solar eclipse. Now Sahaba saw that everything suddenly went dark, and they rushed to the masjid to see what the Prophet ﷺ is doing. Maybe he might give us some advice, some nasihat, some lecture. So when they rushed to the masjid, what do they see? The Prophet ﷺ has started salah. So they also do wuzu jalli and join in the salah. And Prophet ﷺ prays a very long salah until the eclipse is over and the light comes back, and then he feels relieved. Sahabi says there, فَقَامَ فَزِعًا يَخْشَى أَن تَكُونَ السَّاعَةِ. He stood up alarmed and rushed, and he was scared that Qiyamah has taken place. Why is suddenly everything gone dark? So when you see some signs, you should be alarmed, you should be scared. And this is the behavior of the believers. Allah said in Quran, in Surah Al-Zukhruf, وَمَا يُدْرِيكَ لَعَلَّ السَّاعَةَ قَرِيبٌ يستعجل بها الذين لا يؤمنون بها والذين آمنوا مشفقون منها ويعلمون أنها الحق ألا إن الذين يمارون في الساعة لفي ضلال بعيد. How do you know? Qiyamah could be very close. And those who don't believe in it are rushing for it. They are rushing for Qiyamah. Imam Mahdi, Dajjal, when is he coming? He's going to come now. Oh, this sign, that sign. And they are rushing for it. In Mu'mineen, even our youngsters, they watch movies like Illuminati, and they watch, programs and bayans of Maulana Imran Hussain, and these types of things, and then they seem to be rushing and waiting. When is going to come? They talk about and they gossip and debate and discuss about Imam Mahdi and Qiyamah and Dajjal until 2 o'clock at night, and then Fajr time, right, no Fajr. So this is Allah saying, يَسْتَعْجِلُ بِهَا. The people are rushing for it. But if you are rushing for it and waiting for it and calling it quickly, then you have no iman on it. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مُشْفِقُونَ مِنْهَا. If you had iman, you would be scared of Qiyamah. I don't want Imam Mahdi in my time. Because Imam Mahdi is followed by Dajjal. So if Imam Mahdi comes tomorrow, then after him is Dajjal, Toba Toba. I don't know whether we're going to be able to protect my deen iman or not. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مُشْفِقُونَ مِنْهَا. They are scared of it. وَيَعْلَمُونَ أَنَّهَا الْحَقِّ. They know that Qiyamah is haqq, and that is truth. أَلَا إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يُمَارُونَ فِي السَّاعَةِ لَفِي ضَلَالٍ بَعِيدٍ. Those who have doubts regarding Qiyamah are in a misguidance and error which is taking them far and far away. Very far away from Iman and Yaqeen and belief if you have your doubts regarding Qiyamah. Now, as Maulana Mufti Javed Sahib was saying, this certain individual has problems with the sign of Qiyamah. Oh, why would Jesus need to come down? No, I don't understand the reason behind it. What is the need for Dajjal? I don't understand the reason behind it. And then, again, regarding Shaqqul Qamar, splitting of the moon. Why should the moon split? No, I don't understand the reason behind moon splitting. And the splitting of the chest of the Prophet ﷺ, Shaqqul Sadr. I don't understand. There is no reason for his chest to be split. He goes on to say that, does that mean that the Prophet was bad and something bad in his heart was needed to be taken out and his heart needed to be cleaned? Now this is something which he says, and youngsters feel, I think he's right, and they take him as a revolutionary, as a gem, as someone who's, he's wicked. Now, if you go down this line of reason, I don't understand the reason behind it. Now remember, he's only using his own reason, not the reason of reasonable people. Because there are many reasonable people who understand the reason behind these things. If it doesn't come into his reason, it's not necessary that it's not going to come into anyone else's reason. These things are logical. We can explain these things. Read the works of Maulana Qasim Nanotwi rahmatullah alayhi. He will explain the wisdoms behind these things of Qiyamah. So, just because your reason doesn't accept it, that does not mean that you deny it. If you go down that slippery slope of denying everything that doesn't come in your reason, then today you're denying hadith through your reason. Tomorrow you're going to deny the Quran because of your reason. And if you deny an ayat of the Quran, your iman is gone. And he may have denied and rejected and mocked at some of the verses of the Quran as well. Allah knows best. May Allah give him hidayat. May Allah give him understanding. May Allah give him tawfiq to behave properly. You know, if he had some understanding, if someone could talk to him, explain to him, bhai, aisa mat karo yaar. Kya ye shuru kar diya hai aapne, musibat kari kar di hai. Aur hum logon ko kehte hain ki these Deobandis are making a cult. We are not cult, my friend. Cults are made by people like you, who want to be something different. And you make your own group. And this is how, you know, cults are formed. If you look at our Alhamdulillah, our Dembadi group, we are not cult, we are in majority. Once I researched on internet about the masajid, the population of, proportion of the population of UK. And at that time, Google said there's 1,500 masajid in UK. 850 are operated by the Deobandi Tablighi Jamaats. 350 by our Barelvi Sunni brothers. And the rest, some by our African brothers. And there's 45 masajid of Salafi brothers and 45 masajid of Shia. Now tell me, who is the cult there? The majority or someone who opposes them? So groups and sects are formed by minority. The majority, alhamdulillah, Ahlus Sunnati wal Jama'ah. Our Barelvi brothers, Ahlus Sunnat, we take them under the umbrella of Ahlus Sunnati wal Jama'ah. Salafi brothers, we take them under the umbrella of Ahlus Sunnati wal Jama'ah. We are in the majority, we're not the cults. So, we have to be very careful with regards to these types of claims. Qiyamah is Qiyamah. The signs mentioned by Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam in hadith. Now remember another thing. Yes, this field of signs of Qiyamah is a vast field. There's an ocean of knowledge in there. One thing needs to be kept in mind when using signs of Qiyamah. Try and use just Sahih Ahadith. Those which are of the top category, from the top level, from Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim and the Sahih Sitta. If you move away from Sahih Sitta, sometimes, you know, in Kitabul Fitan, like of Nu'aym ibn Hammad al-Khuzai, there will be many riwayat which are not of that top level. There might be some weakness in the chain, there might be something here and there, something we could, scratch our heads at, what is this? So for those things, maybe possibility, Prophet ﷺ said it, there is weakness in the chain, we don't know. But these Sahih Ahadith, you can't deny them. They are Sahih. Imam Bukhari knew them better than anyone else. Imam Muslim knew them better than anyone else. And to say that hadith was written 200 years later, this is also a fabricated claim. This means that person is a munkiri hadith. And there was this group of munkirin hadith, parvezis, in our Indian subcontinent. So you are doing inkar of hadith, rejecting hadith by saying, I don't believe in that hadith, even if it's in Bukhari or even if it's Muslim. These hadiths were written 200 years later on, so I don't believe them. But hadith was preserved in its purest forms by these imams. As Maulana was mentioning at the beginning, Imam Bukhari rahmatullah alayhi, Mufti Sajjad sahab mentioned, he saw the dream of removing the flies from the face of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the ta'bir was given, anta tadhubbul kidhba an Rasulillah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Imam Bukhari wrote Sahih Bukhari 16 years, and every hadith after ghusl and after 2 rakat namaz and after istikhara. So the hadith, and not only that, the ulama scrutinized all the ahadith, and they said Bukhari is Bukhari, his ahadith are of the top draw, top level. So the ahadith which we bring over here are from the top level ahadith. Ahadith of Dajjal in Bukhari. In Muslim, Imam Muslim goes in line with Imam Bukhari. And this hadith which I related to you is from Imam Muslim rahmatullahi alayhi. Hudayfa ibn Asid al-Ghifari. The hadith of Nawas ibn Sam'an radiyallahu anhu is in Sahih al-Bukhari. The hadith of Fatima in Sahih Muslim. And hadith of Fatima bint Qais is in Sahih Muslim. So all details are given. That how Dajjal will appear, when he will appear, his appearance is mentioned there as well. Maktubun bayna aynayhi kafara. These are the words of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this person makes a mockery of these words of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam by putting KFC on his head. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Where is the world heading? Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Such fun of the words of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is a test for us, my dear brothers. He reminds me of Ibn Sayyad, who was a test for the Sahaba, Ridwanullahi alayhim ajma'in. You know, he said the same words which Ibn Sayyad said. Mufti Maulana Shaykh Yasir Sahab, yaad hai wo hadith? Sahih Muslim. That Sahabas, were really scared of Ibn Sayyad. Once, someone said to him, أَيَسُرُّكَ أَنَّكَ ذَاكَ الرَّجُلُ? Would it make you happy if you were that man? Meaning Dajjal. And he said, لَوْ عُرِضَ عَلَيَّ مَا كَرِهْتُ. I wouldn't mind. This is Ibn Sayyad's word. And this chap said the same. In his videos, he said, people are calling me mini Dajjal. Oh, that's an insult to me. I want to be the big one. These are his words on his video. You can go watch it. Now, what's happening? And there are people out there who don't understand this. And they're listening to him. They're following him. And Facebook and Allahu Akbar, what's happening? So, my dear friend, this is why it's important to have these programs and learn about the signs of Qiyamah. Learn about Dajjal. And he also, boggles me why this person calls himself Al-Maliki. He studied in Pakistan and he is surrounded by ulama and the community of Hanafi, Ahnaf. So how can he just spring up and say, I am Al-Maliki? I remember my ustad as the Shaykh Yunus Sahab. And now Shaykh Yunus Sahab, Nabbarallahu marqadahu wa barda majjahu, was Shaykh Yunus Sahab. In hadith, in his time, he had no one that can reach his level. Mufti Saeed Palanpuri Sahab said, he is the Amirul Mu'mineen fil hadith of this time. His day and night, his a whole day was spent after hadith. He wouldn't go anywhere, not even for bayans or speeches or talk. Throughout the whole day, 24 hours, he's in his room, comes down to teach, goes back to his room. Now, if someone had the permissibility to call himself something else, he was Shaykh Yunus. But I myself heard from him that I live in an Hanafi environment. So I don't want to raise my finger and oppose everyone. I follow the Hanafi Mazhab. If I was to live in Indonesia, Malaysia, where there are Shafi'is, I would follow the Shafi'i fiqh. If I was to live in Africa, Mauritania, elsewhere, because there are Maliki ulama and everybody is Maliki, I would follow the Maliki Mazhab. And if I was in the area where there are Hanabila, then maybe Hanabila. But since I am here, I don't like opposing, raising my finger and standing out and showing myself as something else. He was Hanafi, he called himself Hanafi. He used to call him, I am a Sayyal Hanafi, I am not a Jamid Hanafi. So, when you live in an environment, you can't classify yourself as someone standing out and different. You have to stay within the reasonable means. This label of Al-Maliki is just to get your way out and wriggle your way out of things. And even the Maliki ulama like Shaykh Abdul Shakur and others, what do they say? That he goes against the mainstream of Maliki as aqwal. Taking Shaz aqwal, isolated opinions from here and there. Imam Awza'i rahmatullah alayhi said, Man hamala shazam min al-ilmi hamala sharran kathira. Whoever carries isolated opinions is carrying a huge evil on his shoulders. So, with regards to these signs of Qiyamah, we have to be very careful. When Allah and His Rasul have said something, you can't deny it, let alone making fun of it. And KFC, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, tawbah, astaghfirullah, wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. May Allah give him some understanding, hidayat, and may Allah give those people who follow such persons some wisdom and understanding as well. We make dua for them. So, I was just mentioning some benefits of studying the signs of Qiyam. कहाँ चला गया? हाँ, यही है, सब कहाँ गया? हाँ ये. अभी तो उसी में है. Removing ghaflat. Allah said, وَهُمْ فِي غَفْلَةٍ وَهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ اقترب للناس حسابهم وهم في غفلة معرضون اقتربت الساعة وانشق القمر وإن يروا آية يعرضوا ويقولوا سحر مستمر. Qiyamah is qareeb and people are in negligence, turning away as though nothing is going to happen. So when we learn about signs of Qiyamah, the ghaflat and negligence is removed from our minds and we are reminded by what is happening, what is going to happen, and then we put into practice whatever we learn. Also, removing confusion. Because especially in this day and age, in the age of technology, there is so much confusion. We get regular WhatsApp clips and here and there, and YouTube, and these things. It's causing a lot of confusion. This Illuminati is full of confusion. It brings videos of Shaykh Riyazul Haq and our ulama as well. And then it brings some Shia scholars as well. And then it brings some others as well. So everybody thinks that this is ours because our ulama are on there. And then your mind is confused. So when you learn, your confusion is removed. That is why we need to learn the signs of Qiyamah. Now, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam mentioned many signs. How can we go into them in detail? In the hadith of Nawas ibn Sam'an radiyallahu anhu, we read the whole hadith that Dajjal will come and he will come from the eastern side and he will spread his fitna, he will roam around the earth, he will have control over the rain and the produce, products, harvest. He will go to a people, tell them to believe in him as God. They will believe in him. He will tell the skies to rain water and the earth to produce, and vegetation and fruits will grow. He will go to another people and they will reject him. He will tell the skies to withhold the rain and tell the earth to dry out. The earth will dry out, no crops, and the people will be going through tough times. Also, he will have Jannat and Jahannam with him. Prophet ﷺ said his Jannat is Jahannam and his Jahannam is Jannat. He will have water and fire. So if you see him, then go in his fire, don't go in his water, because his water is Jahannam and fire, and his fire is Jannah, and it will become Bardan wa Salam like on Ibrahim alayhi salam. He will come to a people, tell them to believe in him. They will refuse. He will say, if I was to bring to life your father and your brother, will you believe in me? Okay. So he said, where is your father and brother's grave? Here. He will tell the shayateen to come out of that grave in the form of his father and his brother, and the person will embrace and he will say, you are God. He will be causing these types of fitnas. Many of these things are mentioned. He will come to an area, a person, close to Medina Sharif, a person will go out to him and he will reject him. And the Dajjal will say to his comrades and followers, if I was to chop this person into two pieces and then bring him back to life, will you have any doubt in my matter? They will say, no, you are our Rabb. So he will kill him, chop him into two pieces and throw one part of his body on this side and the other on that side with a distance of throwing of an arrow. And then he will say that, get up and come over here. Both parts will join. He will come to life, come to him. He will ask him, do you believe me now? And the person will be a pakka mu'min. He will say, no, I am more convinced that you are the Dajjal. Because the Prophet ﷺ said that you're going to do this, you've done this to me. And then he will say to the people, I am the last person he was to kill. He's not going to kill anyone after me. So he will try to kill him, but his throat, he will not be able to cut it. It will become like metal. So he will pick him up and throw him at a distance. And these types of, many things of this type are mentioned. Prophet ﷺ said, فَعَاسٍ يَمِينًا وَعَاسٍ شِمَالًا. He will cause fasad and mischief on left, right, wherever he goes. How long will he stay on this earth? 40 days. First day will be like 1 year. Second will be like 1 month. Third will be like 1 week. And the rest of the days will be like normal days. Now, if it was for us, we would have just sat there quietly. But Sahaba, they were worried. They said, Ya Rasulullah, what about our namaz? That day will be like 1 year. What will we do our namaz? It will be enough to just pray 5 namaz for the whole year. Prophet ﷺ said, La uqduru lahu qadrahu. You will have to estimate and timings and pray according to the timings. So, these are some things mentioned. Prophet ﷺ said that he will go in every city around the world. In one riwayat it is written that he will be on a ride. The gap between, on the donkey, the gap between the 2 ears will be of 40 zira, 40 arms length. Now, a donkey cannot be that big. Mufti Abu Lubaba Sahab in this kitab goes on to explain that this could be indicating towards the aeroplane in which he will be traveling. Because the gap between the 2 wings of the aeroplane is what the Prophet ﷺ mentioned over here. Hadi? इसमें लिखा है 80
बाबुलुद से तलवीब एयरपोर्ट भी करीब
हाँ वो भी एयरपोर्ट भी करीब है बाबुलुद से जो लोग जहां जाते हैं वो देखते हैं और हज़रत ईसा अलैहिस्सलाम वहीं पर उसको खत्म करेंगे तो all these things are mentioned in that hadith. Now this is just one sign. Before Dajjal, who's going to come, look, Prophet ﷺ mentioned 10 signs over there. Summary of them is, number 1, Imam Mahdi, then Dajjal, and then Isa alayhi salam coming down, and then the Malhamay Kubra, and then Yajuj Majuj. So these are 5 signs of the earth. And then when these 5 signs finish, the earth will start functioning, the world will start functioning as it used to be, and Isa alayhi salam will remain, he will pass away, and as the ahadith say, he will die in Medina Sharif, he will go to Makkah Mukarramah, perform Hajj, he will reside in Medina Sharif, he will get married, he will have 2 sons, and then he will die in Medina, buried in Medina Sharif. These are in ahadith. Then very quickly things will change. Because what I understand from studying the ahadith is that these events will be mainly in that Middle Eastern area. And there will be people living in other areas as well, but less in number. Main things will be happening there. So it seems like after that, some other people will, or those who were left, they will come and overpower that area. And Isa alayhi salam has gone. Maybe years have passed, and then kufr and shirk will spread very rapidly. And then those who had iman will be taken away by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And before that happens, some of the signs that will appear when trumpet is about to be blown, one of the first signs will be Tulu'u Shams min al-Maghrib, rising of the sun from the west. People will wait for the sun to rise from the east, but it will not rise. And those who were into fisq and fujur and badmashi, they will increase their fisq fujur. And those who were in worship, they will increase their tahajjud and ibadat. Seeing that it is a sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, the sun will not rise until a long time. Many hours later, it will rise from the west and then go back and then set in the west, and the following day it will come back, rise from the east, and it will be normal. And we understand that the next day Dabbatul Ard will come. Dabbatul Ard, the riwayat say that the earth near Mount Safa in Makkah Mukarramah will split open, and this Ajib type animal will come, and then it will go around, and it will see those people who have iman, it will point towards them, and their faces will start shining with iman. And those who are kufr and fisq fujur, it will point towards them. Their kufr and fisq fujur and shirk will come out onto their bodies and blacken their appearance. And now people will be sitting on the table and they will be looking at one another, and they will be able to realize who is mu'min and who is not mu'min. The nifaq will disappear. There will be no hypocrisy. There will be either iman or kufr. And after this happens, what's going to happen? Some flowing wind will come and take away the souls of the believers. Quran will be taken away. And then people will attack Ka'batullah Sharif. Ka'batullah Sharif will be destroyed. Quran will be taken away. And there will be people who will have no morals, no akhlaq and manners. And upon them the trumpet will be blown. People will be driven away from the area of Yemen by a fire, which will be the last of the signs. وَآخِرُ ذَلِكَ نَارٌ تَخْرُجُ مِنْ قَعْرِ عَدْنٍ تَطْرُدُ النَّاسَ إِلَى مَحْشَرِهِمْ. So these, and then the trumpet will be blown and everybody will be finished. And then second time everybody will come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is a brief summary. There are many things in middle, but these are things mentioned in Sahih Ahadith. So we have to have iman in this. And as we said in the beginning, we can't deny these. The Prophet ﷺ is speaking. And when the Prophet ﷺ says something, what is our iman? Hai qawle Muhammad, qawle Khuda, farman na badla jayega. Badlega zamana lakh magar, Quran na badla jayega. What he said is from Allah. وَمَا يَنْتِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. As for the hadith of Nawas ibn Sam'an, and what we mentioned there, that he will have control. Mufti Abu Lubaba Sahab over here explains some things like having control over the wealth, and he will be having abundance of wealth. He said we can see sometimes that preparations are made in the form of IMF controlling the wealth, various corporations, and the control over import, export, stock exchange, plastic money, credit card, cryptocurrency. The wealth, gold, silver is going, fading away, and all the wealth is being, directed in one direction. So one party is going to have control over the whole wealth, and they are the ones who will be helping the Dajjal with his mission. So he said that slowly things are moving in that direction. With regards to having control over the rain and the produce crops, he said we are seeing the GM crops, genetically modified. They're already happening. So when the Dajjal comes, it's going to happen more. Rain, it will be under his control. Someone sent me a deep video the other day. In USA, NASA has, made this machine of producing clouds which rain wherever they want to. So they have this huge, massive, and they have some hydrogen in there, and they blast it and makes a huge noise. It could make you deaf. But all the steam goes out and forms into a cloud, and within minutes, rainwater starts. Now, this could be, preparation for him. And, controlling the sun. That one long day of 1 year and 1 month and 1 week. What is that? Ulama said maybe he will do some jadoo and, sihr, a sorcery upon people, and they will think that is day and light, where it will be night. Some ulama explain it like this. Some ulama say that he might be given control over the sun, either to stop it or mess around with it and do something so that the light remains for 24 hours. And someone was saying the other day, simulating the sun. In the Texas desert, they are trying this out of simulating and making double sun. That the original sun, and side by side they're trying to make another sun with it. And they are good. So he might come at that time, and these types of things might happen, and he might be able to control it for 1 year, and then hold it there for 1 month, and then for 1 week, and then his control will lose, and then the rest of the days will be like normal days. Something like this. But this is Mufti Abu Lubaba, and something which I am adding to it from recent, these clips which were sent on WhatsApp. Allah knows best. We are just saying that these are things how that can explain his advent and his coming and, make it. He's traveling around the whole world in 40 days. Speed of light, speed. fast-speed aeroplanes. He might have something else. Allah knows best what is going to be created in future. So he will have some ride on which he will go around the world very quickly. Also, Jannat Jahannam, Mufti Abu Lubaba says that even at this day and age, we see that those living in the rich countries feel that they are in Jannat. And they think that those in the third world countries are in Jahannam. And this will increase before he comes. And he will do this and increase it. Whereas Prophet ﷺ said that those in Jannah will be living in Jahannam, and those in Jahannam, thought to be in Jahannam, will be living in Jannah. And you can understand that. Because even the peace of mind is not through material gains. The peace of mind is the peace of heart and peace of mind. Tranquility. That is what is needed. So they might have less money, less things, but they have so much sukoon and itminan and peace that we can't even imagine that. We might have lots of things, but we have no sukoon in our lives. So maybe Mufti Abu Lubaba is saying this could be indicating towards that. He will have control over life and death. He will kill people, he will bring people to life. He said that this thing could also be explained in the matter of control over population. Today, family planning. And people are falling for that trap. And ladies, sometimes they don't want to get married. And whoever gets married, they don't want too many children. Controlled population. So this is something which needs to be thought out as well. That maybe, this type of system, and when the Dajjal comes, this is going to increase. So these are some things which are mentioned and which we can relate to. Now, when we understand these things, Allah knows best. One more thing. Dajjal. One of the greatest signs. Where is Dajjal? Mufti Abu Lubaba discusses that. And he says, some say that he could be in the Bermuda Triangle. But Bermuda Triangle, Allah knows best. People have made it up. What the reality of it, Allah knows best. The hadith says that Prophet ﷺ said he is in Bahrul Yaman or Bahrul Sham. No, but he is in Al-Mashriq. He is in Mashriq. He is in Mashriq. He said that 3 times. And Bermuda Triangle is in Maghrib, so that can't be it. So it's somewhere Allah Pak has hidden him, kept him. Tamim Dari radiallahu anhu saw him there. And you know something? Maulana Imran Hussain, I heard in one of his videos that he said that island where Tamim Dari went and saw the Dajjal was United Kingdom. What तेरी हम सबको दज्जाली बना दिया उसने. Now the Prophet ﷺ was not informed. How can Maulana Imran Hussain know? So you have to be careful with regards to these matters. You have to understand that you can't pinpoint certain things to certain areas. What Prophet ﷺ left, unambiguous, ambiguously bolte na Musab. We have to keep it that way. We can't say that this is it, unless he himself pointed it that this, like for example, Mawti, Fathu Bayt al-Maqdis, this is clear. But when he didn't make it clear, we have to leave it as he said it. We can't pinpoint that island was UK. And then the Imran Hussain goes on to say that Dajjal is not a person, Dajjal is the system. So what about these ahadith that he will go around and he will talk to people and he will cause fitna, and then Isa alayhi salam will kill him and show the dagger in his blood. So he's a person. The hadith is explaining that he's a person. So we can't fall for these types of things. We have to be very careful, my dear brothers. Protect our deen, protect our iman, explain these things to our children. Finally, finishing off in Kuwait, when we understand these things, then what should we do now? One, रूहानी एतबार से, spiritually, ईमान में पुख्तगी पैदा करें. Strengthen our iman. How? You know how to make your iman strong? Ramzan is coming. Keep your roza properly. Pray 5-time namaz. Pray tahajjud, extra nawafil, ishraq, chasht, awwabin, whatever you can. Read lots of Quran. Do lots of zikr. These are a'mal-e iman which strengthen the iman. Because iman is in the heart. And like our belly is in the stomach. So we have to give it food to stay alive. So iman is in the heart. We have to give it a'mal to keep our iman strong. So iman can only be strengthened by doing the right stuff and by avoiding the wrong stuff. whatever sins, zina, sharab, drugs, haram income, and all, you know what sins are, I don't need to explain them. So if you know something is wrong, avoid it, don't do it. You know, have good akhlaq, good manners, good behavior. You know, be nice to your parents, to your neighbors, to your, teachers at school. Do what you need to do with if you are a boss, then be nice to your workers. So you have to show some akhlaq. And do what you need to do and avoid what you need to avoid. This is how you can strengthen your iman, strengthen your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, one way is that iman ki pukhtagi, a'mal ki pabandi. Another thing, number 2, Mufti Abu Lubaba says that since this is time of fitna, then each and every one of us should not go to sleep before doing complete tawbah. Every night before we go to sleep, we don't know whether we're going to wake up in the morning or not. So before we go to sleep, we should do full tawbah from our life of sinning. Oh Allah, this is my last day, whatever guna I did today, I'm not going to do it again. Please Allah forgive me. So every night before going to sleep, do your tawbah and then go to sleep. I'm not going to do this guna tomorrow. Because these times of fitna, we don't know when someone comes up with some absurd claim and we fall for it. And this is why the Prophet ﷺ said, Man sami'a bid Dajjal falyana anhu. If you hear about Dajjal, don't approach him, run away from him. Because a person will think, oh, my iman is strong, let me go and talk to him, maybe I can reason with him. And he will go, but when he sees the shu'bada and kartab and sorcery and jadoo of Dajjal, he will fall for it and he will follow him. Oh, yeah, you are my Rabb. Even though he's got kafar on there, even though he's ugly, his one eye is bloated and his hair are curly-whirly, his knees have rickets in them and his feet are like chicken's feet, the heel is going back and the shin is in the middle. These are all description of Dajjal mentioned in the hadith. But still, in spite of ugly appearance, people will believe him to be his Rabb. But if he is Rabb, then why doesn't he cure himself? And you know, who's going to follow Dajjal? We see people today falling for fitnas. People today running after amils. You know, amil, amaliyat, tawiz, palida. So it's these types of people who are so low and so weak iman, they are the types of people who are going to go after Dajjal, who are going to believe in him. Because they're falling for these small fitnas, how can they protect themselves from the great fitna? You can't protect yourself from this small fitna, how are you going to protect from the big fitna? So, we have to do tawbah every night, kasrat dua, फितनों से दूर रहना, फितनीन लोगों से दूर रहना. और एक और चीज, सूर्य कहफ. Make sure you read Surah Kahf every Friday and try to memorize Surah Kahf if you can. If you can't memorize the whole Surah Kahf, at least the first ruku and the last ruku. And read that every day if you can. Because, you know, Mashaikh have said that Surah Kahf is for protection from fitna. If Surah Kahf can protect you from the great fitna of Dajjal, will it not protect you from the small fitnas in which we are surrounded? Of course it can. It will bring a special noor in your heart, and that noor will stay with you until the following week. And every week you keep praying it, the noor will remain in your heart and the noor will keep guiding you. So this is what we need to do. And बस इसी पर मैं बात करूंगा. मुफ्ती अबू लुबाबा साहब ने और भी चीजें लिखी हैं दीन के लिए मेहनत, एफर्ट. और उसमें ये भी लिखा है कि इस जमाने में बड़ा फितना जो है ये जिना का फितना है. तो जवान लड़कों लड़कियों की शादियां जल्दी कराओ. जो औरतें तलाकशुदा हों, बेवा हों, उनकी शादियां भी जल्दी करा दो. और सिंगल मत रहने दो, क्योंकि बहुत से फितने ये सिंगल रहने की वजह से वजूद में आते हैं. तो जिना का खातिमा, बेहयाई, फहाशी, बदनिगाही, बदनजरी, इस सब का खातिमा जो हो सकता है वो निकाह के जरिए हो सकता है. एंड मेक श्योर तलाक न होने पाए. किसी तरह प्यार मोहब्बत से रहो, एक दूसरे की हुकूक अदा करो. और हमारे जमाने में तो ये देखो फितने कितने हैं. टेलीविजन है, मोबाइल है, इंटरनेट है, व्हाट्सएप है, फेसबुक है, स्नैपचैट है, इंस्टाग्राम है. ओ बाबा, दिन ब दिन को नई नई चीजें आती है. उस दिन किसी ने मुझे कहा कि साहब कोई ऐप है जिना ऐप, तो उसमें आपको अपना प्रोफाइल रखने का और दूसरी तरफ दूसरा प्रोफाइल होता है. आप दोनों का मैच हो, फौरन आपको बता देगा कि आपके एरिया में फला जगह पर फला लड़की है एंड शी इज योर मैच, गो जाओ उसके साथ सोल्व. وہ ایک اسپیشل ایپ بنایا ہے ایسا. تو اب یہ جو فتنے کا زمانہ ہے ہم کو اپنی حفاظت کرنی پڑے گی. تو یہ سب سسٹم ہے جو اس راستے پہ جا رہی ہے. سلولی دجال is going to come when eventually he is needed. People will call out for him, and we have to be careful. We have to protect our deen, protect our iman. May Allah protect us and our children, our family members as well. مفتی صاحب نے بڑا اچھا مشورہ دیا, جزاک اللہ مفتی صاحب. You know, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us this dua. And Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal rahmatullah alayhi said, in every namaz, after tashahhud and durood sharif, we pray Allahumma inni zalamtu nafsi. Imam Ahmad said, pray this dua. So our mashayikh said, we should try and pray both. Allahumma inni zalamtu nafsi as well, and this one as well. Pray with me. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min azabi jahannam, wa a'udhu bika min azabil qabr, wa a'udhu bika من فتنة المحيا والممات وأعوذ بك من شر فتنة المسيح الدجال. 4 چیزوں سے پناہ مانگی ہے, جہنم کی عذاب سے, قبر کی عذاب سے, زندگی اور موت کے فتنے سے, دجال کے فتنے سے. تو دجال کا فتنہ نہیں, even though Dajjal is, we don't know when it's going to come, but we still have to ask Allah's protection from Dajjal and anything that is taking people close to the time of Dajjal, so we don't fall for his fitna or to that system which is taking us towards his fitna. May Allah protect us. ٹھیک ہے جی, مولانا صاحب درود شریف پڑھ لو, شارٹ دعا کر لیتے ہیں. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. اللهم لك الحمد ولك الشكر. اللهم لا نحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي نبي الرحمة, كما تحب وترضى عدد ما تحب وترضى, كلما ذكره الذاكرون وكلما غفل عن ذكره الغافلون. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من الفتن ما ظهر منها وما بطن. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من الفتن ما ظهر منها وما بطن. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من عذاب جهنم, ونعوذ بك من عذاب القبر, ونعوذ بك من فتنة المحيا والممات, ونعوذ بك من شر فتنة المسيح الدجال. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من أن نرد على أعقابنا أو أن نفتن عن ديننا. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من زوال نعمتك وتحول عافيتك وفجاءة نقمتك وجميع سخطك. یا ارحم الراحمین, محض اپنے فضل و کرم سے ہم سب کی مغفرت فرما دیجیے. یا اللہ پوری امت کی مغفرت فرما دیجیے, پوری امت پر رحم کر دیجیے. یا اللہ ہمارے یہاں اٹھنے بیٹھنے, ملنے جلنے, یا اللہ کہنے سننے کو قبول فرمائیے. یا اللہ ہم آپ کا شکریہ ادا کرتے ہیں, آپ کی مہربانی سے, آپ کی توفیق سے آپ نے دین کی کچھ باتیں کہلوائیں. یا اللہ ان کو قبول فرمائیے. اگر ہم نے صحیح بات کہی ہے قبول فرمائیے, اگر غلطی ہو گئی ہے معاف کر دیجیے. یا اللہ ہم پر رحم کر دیجیے, کرم کر دیجیے. یا اللہ ہم کو ہر قسم کے چھوٹے بڑے کھلے چھپے فتنوں سے حفاظت فرمائیے. ہماری اولاد کی حفاظت فرمائیے, ہماری نسلوں کی حفاظت فرمائیے. یا اللہ اس شہر والوں کی حفاظت فرمائیے. اور یا اللہ ان علماء نے پورے شہر والوں کی طرف سے جو فرض کفایہ ادا کیا, ان کو اس کا بہترین بدلہ عطا فرمائیے. اور یا اللہ علماء کو بھی یا اللہ فتنوں کو فتنہ سمجھنے اور اس کو ٹیکل کرنے کی توفیق عطا فرمائیے. اور یا اللہ ہر قسم کے چھوٹے بڑے فتنوں سے پوری امت کی حفاظت فرمائیے. دجال کے فتنے سے بچائیے, اس کی سسٹم میں اللہ پھنس جانے سے ہماری حفاظت فرمائیے. دین اور ایمان پر ثابت قدمی عطا فرمائیے. رمضان کا مبارک مہینہ سامنے آ رہا ہے, اس کی باغ و بہار نصیب فرمائیے. اللہ روزے برابر رکھنے کی توفیق دیجیے, تراویح پوری پڑھنے کی توفیق دیجیے, تلاوت اور تسبیحات اور ذکر فکر کی توفیق دیجیے. ٹائم ویسٹ کرنے سے ہماری حفاظت فرمائیے اور وقت کو وصول کرنے کی توفیق عطا فرمائیے. ہماری ٹوٹی پھوٹی دعائیں سن لیجیے, ہر خیر اور برکت سے مالا مال فرمائیے, ہر شر اور برائی سے ہم سب کی حفاظت فرمائیے. ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم وتب علينا انك انت التواب الرحيم. وصل اللهم وسلم على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه اجمعين برحمتك يا ارحم الراحمين.